What's up everybody, how you guys doing? This is EvilGuy94 bringing another action figure review, and today we're going to take a look at one of the most rarest 2-packs, one of the most rarest action figures out there. It is the Dragon Ball GT Battle of Freedom, or Battle for Freedom, I'm sorry, Series 7 2-pack Omega Shenron and Kid Goku Jakks Pacific action figures. This is probably the rarest of the rarest when it comes to Jakks Pacific Dragon Ball figures. Most of their figures are rare to begin with, but this one is like, if there was a holy grail for Jakks Pacific Dragon Ball figures, this is one of them for sure, and this is definitely my holy grail right now. Is this. I've always wanted a sealed copy of this 2-pack. So we can see here, we have Omega here, we have Kid Goku, we have a picture of them on here. Funny thing is this picture up here is actually Sen Shenron, the first form, but we're getting Omega Shenron in the toy. So this is his first form, and then he transforms into this one, which is not that big of a difference, but you can see the little bit of differences here. He's got spikes on his chest, which he doesn't anymore, and he's got the Dragon Balls on his torso now. Anyways, so the figures there, got some rocks, got the figure of Goku there, and then the spikes for Omega is back there somewhere. So this is Series 7. Looking at the back of the figure, we see the rest of Series 7. We have Super Baby Vegeta with Oob. I would love to get this 2-pack, and this one too, Super 17 and Super Saiyan Vegeta. And then of course we have the Omega and Goku. And down here, there's other figures that Jakks Pacific came out with. So there's nothing in the world that will convince me to opening this pack, but luckily enough, I do have these figures loose, I know. So here he is loose, and then here we have the Kid Goku loose as well, so luckily I do not have to open up this particular package. So I wish Jakks would have sculpted Dragon Balls in there instead of painting it, but that's what they did. They painted the Dragon Balls on his chest, but they did a pretty decent job with it. You know, it's pretty clean for what it is. The stars are really small and the balls are really small, but they're clean. You know, they're not just, it's not a messy job. It's not, you know, you could pretty much make out that they're Dragon Balls on there, so that's cool. At least it did a good job painting them on there. Sculpting it would have been nicer. Oh well, it looks good nonetheless. Going down, I think overall the paint and sculpt came out decent for Jakks here. It's a very nice. It's probably one of the best figures that they produced next to King Cold and their Nova Shenron. So this is very nice in my opinion. I think they did a good job here. Good job on the face as well. They painted everything pretty clean too. You know, not bad at all. No quality control issues here and there. So that's not, you know, I'm pretty impressed with what they did here. You can see how nicely they painted the eyeballs. The whiskers here are nicely sculpted too. They're different. They're a different piece. The mouth came out cleanly painted as well. You can see the little sculpt lines on the head here. Pretty nice. So good. So the articulation, like I mentioned, is decent for its time. The head, it goes left and right, but it's almost at an angle, so he's gonna look left like this. It's not our typical head swivel that we have today. They made it kind of weird, so he does look like that. So it's kind of stupid looking when he looks to the left and right. He does look up and down pretty good though. No problems there. It's just when he looks left and right, almost just like, it's almost like it's just a head tilt more than anything else. The arms go forward and back. They go in and out. So there's that. They do squeak. There's no bicep swivel. There's only a single jointed elbow, but it bends 90 degrees, so that's pretty decent. And it does swivel at the elbow as well. There's a wrist swivel, and that's it. There's no hinge at all there. The sculpted hand came out pretty cool too. They did a good job there. There's an ab crunch, so that's nice. There's a waist swivel, that's nice as well. The legs look like they're T-jointed legs, but they actually go forward and back at an angle, so that kind of sucks. So you have that. It's almost like the same effect as the Loki figure from the Marvel Legends that we got from the Thor movie line a while back. It goes in and out. There's a single jointed knee right there. And then the angles go forward and back, and that's it. Oh, it also does swivel. No pivot though. Actually, the fact that Omega goes in and out on the legs is impressive because Jakks Pacific did not really include that type of articulation in any of their figures. Now that I think of it, that really wasn't there on anything. So I think this might be the only one, if not one of the only ones, that includes that leg going in and out on a Jakks Pacific Dragon Ball figure. Not sure if that is true or not, but I think it is. Alright, so Goku's pretty basic. It's just Goku. The only thing that was really different about this figure is that he came with the tail. Now, previous releases of this figure did not come with a tail. This is actually the only Kid Goku figure with a tail from this line of figures, so that's what made it a little bit special. and that's what makes him valuable. So now we know whenever we see it on an auction and it has a tail, it came from this 2-pack. So Jakks did a good job capturing the look. It looks just like him. They did a good job sculpting him and painting him pretty decently. He's nice. Now for what he is, it's okay. The size of the figure really hinders a lot of the articulation, so he doesn't have much here. But we could see how it looks like him. It looks pretty good. The head's a little bit on the big side, but it's okay. You know, I don't know. It could be a little bit smaller, but it's not that bad. So the head does go left and right just fine. It doesn't go up and down though. So there's that. The arms go forward and back. It goes in and out. There's a hinge there, and that's it. There's a cut at the elbow, but it doesn't bend. There is a swivel there, but it stays straight the whole time. So there's really no point. It doesn't bend at all. There's no hinge. There's no nothing. The wrist is on a swivel, and that's it. There's no hinge there either. Going to the torso, no articulation there. There's a waist swivel, and then the legs go forward and back. No in and out. The ankles go forward and back, and it swivels, and that's it. So there's that. And then the tail does go 360 degrees right there. It's actually really loose on mine. Alright, so there you have it. There is the Omega Shenron Battle of Freedom with Goku 2-pack here. Very nice. It's only well worth it for the Omega Shenron. Of course, that is the main reason why a lot of people get this. And the Omega Shenron is an awesome figure. He's just very pricey and not really worth as much as he's going for. Is he worth it? I don't know. That's up to you. You know, what is he worth to you? You know, so to me, it was worth what I paid for it, even though it was a lot. So that was just me. But to other people, it might not be worth that much. Keep in mind, this figure was very limited, and it didn't see much of a production, you know, since it was towards the end of their life with this line. So that's why he is so rare, and also because he's Omega Shenron, and he's one of the few figures, articulation-wise, that has been made of him. So there's that. So the 2-pack, I enjoy it. I love this figure a lot, regardless of their articulation. Of course, I'm not comparing them next to an SH figure. It's because it's just there's no comparison. There's no reason to. There's just two completely in lines from two completely times. You know, they're like almost a decade apart from each other. So until we get an SH figure, it's of an Omega Shenron, which is the most unlikely figure ever for them to make. This is the only thing we got right now. So, and there is the most recent reviewed Ice Shenron that I just put up a couple weeks ago. This is from Jakks Pacific as well, and that's how he looks next to Omega. Pretty good scale there in my opinion. And there's Goku too. Also keep in mind, Goku's arms, they are kind of weird, like I said. This one has a hinge, but this one is kind of stiff and it doesn't hinge back in, even though it has a hinge. I don't know, it's weird. So yeah, the arms are a little whacked out on the Kid Goku there. So there's that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Let me know in the comments if you guys have this 2-pack or not, if you guys are interested in this, if you guys like it, or if you guys just like Dragon Ball GT in general. I am a fan of this line regardless of what other people say, and a fan of this series as well. So hit the like button, hit the bell button to get notified about my videos, and hit the subscribe button if you guys haven't subscribed already. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this review of an older figure from, you know, back in the Jakks Pacific days. And maybe I can put some more out, you know, if you guys enjoyed it. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Keep collecting, and don't forget to have a great day. Bye.
That's crispy.